Hello, welcome back to the wet channel of motorbike nonsense and a bit of a vlog because I've not been out on a bike for 2 weeks, and as you can tell it's not really been motorbike weather, but I figured, you know what, life goes on, motorbikes still need to happen because otherwise I'll get sad. How are you doing? Let's go for a ride because I have got something I want to talk about. Apologies if either the audio or the video in this are rubbish because I've given up on my GoPro overlords and I've switched to DJI. It's working for the car channel. This new Osmo Action 6, I bought it the day it came out. And yeah, it's bought, this isn't sponsored or any of that nonsense. And I just want to try it on the bike, but it's meant completely redoing how I record audio on a motorbike, which, as you'll probably know, I struggle with my audio quite a lot. It doesn't help that I have a deep voice, and that gets lost in the rumble and mumble of air and wind and motorbike noises. But anyway, you're not here for that. That's just my caveat if I have to put half this video in the bin. Yeah, motorbikes. It's been a big month. It's been a really big month, and probably the month that I've been quietest on YouTube in a very long time because cars have taken over my life somewhat. I filmed 9 car reviews in the past 7 days. That involves scripting, filming, a bit of editing. It's been a lot. So yeah, Saturday morning, and I just need to get out on 2 wheels, even though Poseidon is micturating in my mouth right now, not in a sexy way. I want to talk about something you guys have probably noticed if you went to Motorcycle Live, if you went to EICMA, if you've had your eyes open basically in the motorbike industry the past 2 years, I guess, is Chinese bikes. Chinese bikes is an odd one because I see the YouTube side of Chinese bikes. The couple of times I've ridden them, the comments are usually biased towards I don't like the things, why would I buy a Chinese bike, blah blah blah, with like people saying, well, they are cheap, I haven't got any money, I'm looking at one of my next bike, which I think is good. But there was some news in October, you've probably seen this already. The Voge DS800X Rally, Chinese midweight Tenere wannabe adventure bike. I rode one at ABR Festival, I'll stick a link up to that if you're really bored. That was the UK's best-selling adventure bike in October 2025, apparently. So that is, you know, obviously a subset of a data sample, but I think it's fair to say the Chinese are here and they're making big inroads into the UK bike market already. And I just kind of want to know, have any of you bought them yet? How are you finding it? Because I was really impressed by that Voge. Like, it offers so much kit for the money that it's very easy to spend less than, or a lot less than, a very basic Yamaha Tenere and get more power, lots of heated stuff, adjustable stuff, and yeah, just more bike for your money than what the Europeans can manage. And obviously my life is as a car journalist, and all I have done this year is drive Chinese cars, mostly Chinese electric cars, and it's similar in car YouTube. Lots of people hating on them because they're Chinese. I'm hating on quite a few of them because they're a bit crap, some of them, and they don't drive properly, and their advanced driver assistance systems are absolute wank. But if the Chinese are going to do anything, it's iterate quickly and improve quickly. And you look at the car sales figures, and my god, yeah, the legacy manufacturers are already taking an absolute pasting from the likes of JQ. So I just wondered if, you know, this is going to happen in the motorbike world, isn't it, really? I wasn't really wondering, it is already happening. But I think lots of people have misgivings about longevity, about part supply, about servicing, and I kind of wanted to use this video as a bit of an excuse really to ask if any of you been living with a Chinese bike for any length of time, and how has it been faring with UK weather, and how the dealer network's been working, because that's the sort of stuff as a journo, admittedly, I don't get to experience really, unless I go out and buy one. But it is astonishing, isn't it, how prolific the Chinese manufacturers are already. It's just, it feels like they're making bikes of every shape and size, including some shapes and sizes that have never existed and probably should never exist. Bender. Good name, by the way. Good luck on ever getting any cut through on social media without a bunch of people saying, oh my god, who would ride a Bender? Apparently his bike's very good. Although I think one of them is called a Napoleon Bob, which does feel a bit like someone's got a dictionary or an encyclopedia and gone a bit mad. But I'm just quite interested in the engines that are coming out in some of these bikes, because there's lots of kind of mid-capacity stuff, like kind of 450cc V-twins and things like that, some triples. I think CF Moto's kind of coming out with 190 horsepower V4 as well. I think engine-wise, the Chinese are iterating and developing platforms at a much greater rate than anything we're seeing from the Europeans, who have all settled into this rhythm of build one engine, stick it in everything, which, you know, economically makes great sense. But, you know, BMW, the engine in this RT is nigh on identical to the one in the GS and the R and the RS. They don't really even retune it anymore, which is fine because it's bloody brilliant. But look what the Chinese are doing. I was out in Munich for the Munich Motor Show back in September, and I kind of wandered into a kind of back hall, and there was a Chinese engine manufacturer with a V8, no, a horizontally opposed 8-cylinder Goldwing rip-off engine. So they're taking basically a Goldwing engine and stuck an extra 2 cylinders on it, and that goes in their copy of a Goldwing. And it's just mad. It is mad. Like, to develop that in the West would take thousands and millions and billions of pounds or dollars or euros, and it's such a niche platform, they wouldn't see any return on that whatsoever. They'd be like, oh, if we can only stick it in one bike, that's just not going to happen. And usually in the car world, that doesn't happen either. Like, when was the last time a car manufacturer made an engine that's only going in one car? I think probably one of the only times I can think of it happening, other than supercar stuff, is when Audi made a V12 diesel engine and put it in a Q7, which I've driven on my car channel, actually, plug. So yeah, I think the pace of development and iteration on these bikes is going to be rapid. Whether that leaves first-gen versions of them absolutely worthless remains to be seen, and there's the whole residual value question, isn't there? It's like, how much is your second-hand Bender, Morbidelli, Cove, whatever, going to be worth in the future? Would that put you off? If you're only spending £5 in the first place, do you care as much about residual value? I guess you probably do a bit, but not as much as if your Ducati's lost £5 overnight. So yeah, I imagine next year I'll be riding some more Chinese bikes. There's just so many, I'm struggling to keep up, and there's some old names coming back, like, you know, your Benellis as well, and your Motor Marinis coming back under Chinese stewardship. It's just more choice for the consumer, and I don't think that's ever a bad thing. More choice at a price more people can afford. And I think, you know, YouTube comments is a very vocal minority. We've seen it in the car world, as I said. I put a JQ video up, slightly disparaging it, and everyone's like, oh yeah, a bit rubbish. But it's the best-selling car in Scotland, or second best-selling car in Scotland. So yeah, real people voting with their wallets, and I think brand loyalty is going to be called into question very soon. I think lots of manufacturers, maybe less so in the bike world, maybe more so in the car world, but certainly people like Audi and Volkswagen have for years relied on people going into their Volkswagen dealerships to buy whatever it is Volkswagen's currently selling and just having the newest version of it. And they'll be like, oh, these people are very loyal to the Volkswagen brand and everything we stand for. I don't know what it is Volkswagen stands for these days. Annoying haptic buttons on bloody steering wheels. But yeah, they're being munched already by your JQs, your Modas, your Cherries, your Geelys of this world. And their cars inside certainly feel a lot nicer than the equivalent priced Volkswagen. Cheap to make, innit? But yeah, an interesting one. I certainly think there's a massive opportunity, which I think they're already exploiting, for these mid-weight adventure bikes, like people like me who are buying Teneres and dropping them and bending them off-road. You're not going to want to spend a lot of money to try that out. You're going to want something that's either cheap to fix, cheap to throw away, or just yeah, not cost you much money in the first place. So yeah, do tell us down in the comments if you're a convert, or if the origin of a motorbike doesn't put you off at all, or if Russia Freudian slip, or if China's you know, human rights and everything else record would put you off. But yeah, I guess questions of engineering and consumer taste is all changing very fast at the moment. But I think it's quite exciting. Just you know, I like engines. That's why I like motorbikes, because I like engines. And there's quite a few curiosities that we've just never seen before. Inline 4 cruiser, I mean, bobber thing, or whatever the bender is. It's got a massive fat tyre. Yeah, I think we need to have some one make race series of inappropriate Chinese bikes, frankly, or maybe not a one make series, just a free-for-all MMA cage fight of Chinese machines. But anyway, there we go. Let us know in comments how angry Chinese bikes make you, or if you've bought one and it's giving you your best rides of the year, because I think that's probably equally true for lots of people. Right, other stuff, catch you up. I haven't ridden for 2 weeks because it's been like this. It's been freezing cold, it's been icy, I've been ridiculously busy. I didn't go to Motorcycle Live. The only thing there that I really wanted to see was new Hypermotard. But yeah, I've already started my winter mental auto trader shenanigans for wanting a road bike for next year alongside the Tenere. Lord help me, do I want a KTM R8? Oh, still. Apparently it's a bad idea. A really bad idea. Not exactly from KTM's golden era of reliability. It's a bit like saying it's not from the Nazi leadership's era of soft cuddliness. That still want 1098 Street Fighter, slightly want a KTM 990 SMT, or just a 2009 Fireblade without ABS. I don't know, choices. I just want to go touring later next year. I have important November news. I have just booked a Eurotunnel for a random week in May for me and my Tenere. I might move it, but at the moment I just need something to look forward to, and it's 120 quid return. You can usually move it without paying too much for a fee, so future Tim has something to look forward to, as will you, because it'll be another off-road tour somewhere sunny, not sure where yet. Yeah, and editing has started on the Second World War / First World War off-road series. Do I put it out as one big episode? Question. Answer me in the comments. If I put it out as one big episode, there is every chance it's going to be about 2 hours. Lots of it is riding, lots of it's off-roading, but a huge amount of it is also looking around some interesting museums and fields and craters and things like that. Would you rather I split it out to 2 or 3 episodes? Because when you do that on YouTube, the first one gets some views and the second and third get bugger all views. I'm tempted to just put it out in one giant gâteau-sized piece of cake for you to dip in and out of over Christmas. So yeah, let us know what you would rather have. Anyway, hopefully this has worked. Hopefully the audio hasn't been too clippy and awful. Yeah, trying DJI, as I said, after dilly-dallying with GoPros for years. I actually don't hate GoPro as much as I used to, because the 12s I've used for 2 years and about 500 videos across 2 channels have been perfectly reliable, and I know how they work. So it's really scary switching up to something unknown when, you know, quite a lot of my income relies on videos on the internet. So we shall see. But just in case you're curious, DJI Osmo Action 6 on my chin. It can shoot square, so that's what I'm doing. It's 4K, so you can crop it 16:9 that way, or vertically for social media, which I will do occasionally. And you can run wireless microphones into it. I've already got the full set of DJI Mic 3s, which I have had for 3 months. They're brilliant. One of those is clipped onto the boom mic in my helmet at the moment, which is the boom mic for my Cardo, and I'm really scared it's going to fall out of my helmet. And I'm not sure I've got it in the right place, so this might be mumbly. It can't be worse than usual though. And yeah, when it dries up, I'll have a full review of the R1300 RT coming at you. I've done some 2-up riding on it, which I don't normally do. Me and the other half been to the pub on it, and it's just, I really do like it. It wouldn't be my only bike, but it's a lot of fun on days like this. It does get you out the house with the heated seat, the heated grips, and the massive screen. And what an engine as well. So yeah, it's just, if you can handle the weight when you come to a stop, because it is bloody heavy, rolling it around my road is not much fun. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. Thank you for watching. Might not actually put this video out if this has all gone horribly wrong, but I do appreciate the views, and yeah, I'll hopefully be back on the Tenere doing some wet green laning soon, because I've got some ambitions to go and try every green lane in my house that I've not done. So I'll see you next time. Bye, 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 goodbye.